Hello my friend, today I want to give you guys a really cool tool that helps you guys to improve yourself and to understand yourself more and to be more compassionate with other people as well. When we talk about self-improvement, we talk about a cornerstone self-awareness. So self-awareness means that you're aware of your behaviors, good or bad, and you are aware of your own thoughts and how to implement and improve those. When I'm talking about myself, when I have the urge to judge somebody, I learned to ask myself two questions. Question number one: where might I be expressing similar behavior in any area of my life right now myself? That's the first question. If I can genuinely not find any area where I'm not expressing it, then ask question number two. Where have I expressed in the past? It could be a year ago, 5, 10, 20 years, or even in childhood, have I expressed similar behavior? And if you genuinely look for similarities or aspects that you're judging somebody else about, you will realize that you will always find something. It might not be to that extreme, but when you do that, what happens? You become more compassionate with that person. Now, in most cases, you might realize that if you really genuinely look for areas, that you might be projecting certain areas that you're struggling with yourself at this moment in time, and you're projecting them onto somebody else. Why do we do that as human beings? These are our shadow functions. So meaning we all have our shadow. Those are areas in our own life that we are struggling to process and we don't want to see because of lack of self-love sometimes, lack of self-compassion. And when we ask those two questions, there are certain aspects that I would like you to focus on. First, I want you to be very compassionate with yourself. When you are confronted the first time with your shadow functions, and I've worked with a lot of people, it's always the same. It is at the beginning, it can be very painful because you're confronted with your weak areas. Be compassionate with yourself and understand that absolutely every person has those shadow functions. The more self-aware you will become, the more accepting you are of other people, the better you will also communicate with others because you're more compassionate. And also, now you have the ability to, even if it's painful at the beginning, the ability to improve on that area. So meaning, when you judge somebody for something and you realize, well, there's an area in my life that I'm not doing this. Now you have the ability, okay, what's the strategy? How can I improve there? Instead of suppressing it and keeping it in your subconscious, trying not to see it, but it's still there and it will continue to express, and the more we try to suppress certain aspect, the more it will come up. So ask yourself those two questions. Where am I or possibly expressing this behavior, this attitude, whatever it might be, in my own life? And if you genuinely can find that, ask yourself, where have I expressed this in my past? And maybe sometimes even in your childhood. I would say 9 out of 10 cases, you will find a time in your current or past where you have expressed something similar. And understand that now you have the ability to shift, to change. It is sometimes very painful, especially at the beginning. You get better at it, to be exposed to your biggest weaknesses, basically. But it's part of the process. And with that self-awareness, with that awareness, you have actually the ability to to improve on yourself. And it will also make you over time more compassionate with other people that are struggling, and you will understand that we are all a project in process. And some people have their self-awareness or their awakening early in life. Some people have it later in life, and it doesn't matter when it happens. I can just genuinely encourage everybody to have that awakening, because it gives us the opportunity to remove patterns from our childhood that have been handed on for very often from generation to generation. Everybody has them. For some they're more intense, for some they are less intense, but it doesn't matter where you're at. Important is that you get the awareness of yourself, and then you have the ability to shift and reframe situations, and by doing that, your suffering will decrease and you will enjoy life more. And I hope you like this, and I talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye bye.